As the examiner for John's speaking test, I'd like to provide a detailed evaluation of his overall performance. Throughout the test, John demonstrated a level of spoken English that is consistently within the upper band range, very close to band 9. His fluency, vocabulary, grammatical control, and pronunciation all reflect a high degree of proficiency. Starting with fluency and coherence, John spoke with remarkable ease and confidence. His responses were smooth, well-paced, and thoughtfully developed. He used natural hesitation markers, such as, well, so, and if I'm being honest, not because he was searching for language, but because he was structuring his ideas. This is exactly the type of hesitation we expect from a near-native speaker. His ideas were logically connected, and he consistently expanded on each question with relevant explanations and examples. For instance, when discussing what he enjoys about his course, he said it feels a bit like solving a puzzle, but one with real implications for policy and people's lives, which shows both coherence and the ability to express nuanced thought. In terms of lexical resource, John displayed an exceptionally wide and sophisticated range of vocabulary. He used topic-specific terminology accurately and naturally, such as analytical rigor, behavioral insights, empirical evidence, and economic policy. He also used idiomatic and metaphorical expressions appropriately, like broaden my horizons, steady presence, and intellectually stagnant. His vocabulary choices were precise and enhanced meaning, rather than simply sounding advanced for the sake of it. This level of lexical control is characteristic of a Band 9 speaker, and at no point did he rely on basic or repetitive language, even when dealing with abstract ideas such as social change, online friendships, and the nature of choice in relationships. Moving on to grammatical range and accuracy, John consistently used complex structures with a high degree of accuracy. His grammar was flexible and varied, including conditional forms, relative clauses, and well-constructed complex sentences. For example, he said, if I'm being honest, perhaps the occasional over-reliance on highly abstract models, which demonstrates natural use of a conditional clause embedded in a longer sentence. He also produced multi-clause sentences, such as, ideally, your family members can also be your friends, but a true friend is, in many ways, the family you choose, which shows excellent control of contrast and subordination. Importantly, there were no noticeable grammatical errors throughout the entire test, and his sentence structures never became confusing or awkward. This is a strong indicator of top band performance. In terms of pronunciation, John's performance was excellent. His speech was clear, easy to understand, and very natural. He used appropriate sentence stress and intonation to highlight key ideas and to signal contrast or emphasis. For example, when he contrasted online and face-to-face friendships, his intonation patterns clearly marked the difference between, I wouldn't say they're weaker, just different, which made his meaning very easy to follow. His rhythm was smooth and consistent, and any pauses he made were clearly for thinking and organization, not because of pronunciation difficulty. There was no interference from his first language that affected intelligibility, and he would be fully understood by listeners from a wide range of backgrounds. Overall, John's performance is highly impressive. His fluency, vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation all align with the descriptors for Band 8.5 to 9. He communicates complex ideas with clarity and sophistication, and he does so in a way that feels spontaneous rather than rehearsed. He handles both personal topics, such as friendship, and more abstract issues, such as social media and modern lifestyles, with equal confidence and depth. For test takers who want to reach this level, there are several lessons to draw from John's performance. First, it's important to develop ideas fully rather than giving short or superficial answers. John always explained his thoughts, gave reasons, and added examples. Second, natural hesitation is not a weakness. Using phrases like, "well, I suppose," or "to be honest," can make your speech sound more authentic, as long as you are not searching for basic words. Third, building a strong vocabulary is essential, but it must be used naturally and appropriately, not forced or memorized. Aim for precise, topic-related expressions rather than random, advanced words. Fourth, grammatical flexibility is key. Mixing simple and complex structures shows control and allows you to express more subtle ideas. Finally, avoid memorized answers. Examiners can always tell when a response is pre-learned, and it never sounds as natural as genuine speech. John's performance is an excellent example of how to speak confidently, thoughtfully, and authentically at the highest level of the IELTS speaking test.